Hi, everybody. I'm Trisha. I'm a compulsive overeater and I weigh and measure 3 meals off the Cambridge Gray Sheet. I'm grateful for my sponsor. I'm grateful I never have to eat in between meals, no matter what. And abstinence is my most important thing in my life today. And thank you for asking me to speak. And I just want to let you all know that I feel like I'm a miracle. I was born with this disease. I never could control eating, no matter how hard I tried. I went to almost everything. Um, my well, I went to hypnotists. I went to acupuncture. I went to Weight Watchers a million times. I went to doctors that could give out diet pills, like would just run up to people if I thought they lost a half a pound and said, "What are you doing?" Because then I was going to do it. And nothing worked. Nothing worked. I could lose weight when I was younger, but I immediately gained it back. I did OptiFast. I did so many things just trying my heart out. And then I just got angry. I was so mad at other people that they could be thin and I couldn't. Why could they eat this and I would just gain weight thinking about it? Well, now I look back, I never thought I ate much until I had to start weighing and measuring my food. And I said, "What? This is what you get for dinner?" Then I realized I guess I did eat more than I thought I did. Um, I would also like go to things with other people and eat my heart out, but they were eating too, I thought. And then they would say, "I'm not going to eat the rest of the night." And I would say, "Oh, me too." The minute I got in the car, I had stuff in my pocketbook that I was putting to my mouth. Then I would have to stop on my way home. Then I'd get home and eat the entire night and still be mad that I'm saying, "What, gee, I don't know why I'm gaining weight so much." Then I went to these diet places that, like, one of my diet doctors was like 400 pounds and he would be always late for the appointment. Somebody said, "Well, he's probably at a diner eating." But then he would say, "Why did you gain weight this week?" And I would look at him like, "You don't know why I gained weight?" But he gave out a lot of diet pills. I started that. I went to a first diet. It was kind of like a Weight Watchers for teenagers in fifth grade. And then I gained back all that weight by sixth grade. And I went to a doctor and he started me on diet pills in sixth grade. And then I just searched for the diet pills because that was going to be it. When they went off the market, I bought Dexatrim like it was crazy. Anything I could get my hands on that was going to be the easier fix because I had no idea that I was allergic to sugars, grains, and carbs. I mean, it makes so much sense to me now, but back then, if you had told me that, even this is my second time around in Gray Sheet, and even the first time, I thought, these people are really making too much out of this. But now I really can see how powerless I am. Actually, my niece came to visit me today, and she came down to visit me because after our visit, she was going to a doctor to get Ozempic and she was paying it out of pocket. And she felt embarrassed telling me. And I just said, if I wasn't on Gray Sheet, I would have taken a mortgage out on my house to get that money for Ozempic. I mean, anything I could do to lose weight, I would do. Um, and then she said, after, "I don't know how you do it. You've been doing this for years and you haven't eaten like blah, blah, blah." And I thought, because if I did, I'd be off and running and no one would ever see me again. I'd be hidden in my house, not coming out, a hermit, and just having everything delivered. And I would be stuffing myself. Because I always had these voices in my head saying, like, "Just finish. You can finish. You can start tomorrow. Oh, just knock this off." Um, and I did crazy things. I have one daughter, and I feel so bad. She's 30 now, thank God, and perfect. But I would say to her, "Okay, mommy's going to start a diet tomorrow. We're going to eat all the food in the house tonight because tomorrow we're not going to have food." And she'd go, "We're not going to have food." I mean, how sick is that, really? I mean, child services, thank God they didn't take her away from me because I really thought, well, if I tell somebody, then I would say to her, like, we'd be somewhere where, and I would knock her, and she was a little girl, and I'd say, who's thinner, mommy or that woman? I mean, just like, oh, now I could cringe at the things I did. Dragging her around on Halloween, and she'd say, Mommy, I'm tired. I'd be like, one more house, do it for the team. Come on. Um, just sick, sick things, but it wasn't me. Now I realize I'm a different person because I don't have those substance in me. I'm not angry anymore. I'm just really a happy person. So I never want to give this up, God willing, because it has given me really, when they say a life beyond my wildest dreams, I have it now. And I will say, I was introduced to somebody. Actually, I was going back to work from lunch one day, and I stopped at a red light and I started crying. And I said, God, you have to help me. And I said it out loud, like, God, please help me. I don't know what to do, because I was so heavy. Everything hurt. I couldn't fit into clothes, blah, blah, blah. And right after that, I met a gray sheeter. And then she called me up. And of course, we didn't have like where you could see who was calling you when it was at work. I had to answer the phone. And she said, Oh, why don't you come to a meeting on Saturday? And my inside voice was saying, No, I don't want to get up. But of course, as a people pleaser, I said, Okay. And I went to the meeting and I walked in and everybody was thin. And I said, Am I in the right meeting? And they said, Oh, yes, you are. And my second thought was, everybody's thin. What's wrong with these people? Why are they still at a meeting? It never dawned on me that that's how you stay thin. I mean, once I was thin, I was out and running again. So I sat at that meeting and just wanted to cry because I heard things that was everything related to me. I couldn't believe it. And after that meeting, I got a sponsor, and she actually took me to a food store and said, This is really good to buy. This is really good. We marked up the gray sheet, and I started. And I lost a lot of weight, but I had a lot of day ones. And I look back now and I think I didn't really understand the whole program then. Like, I didn't, like they would say, really protect your abstinence and plan and prepare. If you're going somewhere, bring backup. And I would think to myself, hey, this is America. There's a grocery store on every corner. What am I carting food with me? Then I realized I would get hungry and I would just eat anything then when I was so hungry. So it went on and on. I stayed in for a while, and then all of a sudden my thinking changed. And I said, What am I doing? I have the gray sheet. I'm losing weight. I can do this on my own. Why am I at meetings all the time? So I left, and within seconds, started gaining weight. I just would say, like, I'll just have a handful, and that handful turned into boxes and bags. And I gained all my weight back plus another 10. And for years, I went around the whole circle again, saying, well, maybe this diet will do it this time. Maybe this. I was even joined a Yale study for compulsive overeating. And I think I lost 1 pound in the whole study. And I started crying like at the end of it. She said, Why are you so upset? And I said, Because I had such hope that maybe this would work. So then finally, so many terrible things started happening to me. Like I couldn't get the seatbelt on in an amusement ride. And one time I just hid the seatbelt because I thought, I'm not getting off and embarrassing myself. So I was willing to kill myself on a ride instead of being embarrassed because I was too heavy to get the seatbelt on. Nothing was comfortable. It went through the whole gamut all over again. And then I went to a fair with my daughter, and it was kind of raining outside. So there was hardly anybody there except the gray sheeter that got me in the first time. And she had said to me, Why don't you come back to a meeting? And I said, Well, I don't really want to get a sponsor. It was still going to be my way. I wasn't surrendering. And she said, Thank God, because she was so strict she said, You don't have to, just come to a meeting. So I went to the meeting, and somebody approached me after the meeting and said, I remember you from before. Are you entering? And right away I said, I was told I don't have to get a sponsor. And she said, I wouldn't get a sponsor either. I thought, well, finally, this program's changing to my liking. She goes, Give me your food and call me at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. I said, Oh, I can do that. and that started this journey. And May 25th, 2004, I've been abstinent ever since. Thank you, God. And it's really not me um, doing it, because I could never do it on my own. And I have to thank all of you. I have to thank the people that were at those meetings when I went to them, that there was somebody there to give their experience, strength, and hope and show me how to do it. Like, here's how you, I didn't even know how to cook like vegetables. And they would say, here's what you do. And they would go step by step with me. And then they would say, here, buy this. It's already prepared. When you come home from work, you just have to microwave it. Here's this to do. And it made things so much easier, because when I was like in my first couple of abstinent days this time around, I was really white knuckling it. It was so hard. And I had to, if a commercial came on, turn the TV off, get up and either take a walk with my dog, call somebody. I drank diet soda by the caseload. I diet gum. One time I just heard my tooth kind of crack and I thought, that's it for diet gum. So I was like constantly chewing. It was very, very hard for me to get abstinent the second time. And the first time I was always on day, like doing a lot of day ones. I don't think I was really doing the program as it was written like I did this time. So I think that's what was really hard for me. And finally, every day it got easier and easier. And those voices, like that would be there every 5 minutes, like, just eat, just eat. You haven't had this, just eat. Started to go like to 10 minutes and then 15 minutes. And now I hardly ever have them. It's like very once in a blue moon, I'll have that voice in my head saying it. Thank you, Tara. So I'm so lucky to have all of you guide me. And these meetings tell me like how to do it on a trip, how to do it here. Everybody's been through something in this program and they're always willing to help me. And I just know if my lips touch anything sugar, wheat, carbohydrates, anything like that, I will be off to the races. And I don't know if I have another abstinence in me. So I have to really fight it. And boy, do I bring backup everywhere I go. I bring 2 scales with me. I bring lots of baggies, because if there's like just a little something left, I throw it in the baggie myself instead of asking the waiter to bag it up. Um, I just try to do everything that my sponsor tells me to do and what I hear in meetings, because it is important for me. And actually, I'll just end with, when I was losing weight, everybody was saying to me, oh, you look great. You look great. So I was feeling good. Now it's more important for me to go to meetings because I don't have that reinforcement. And then it's easy for me to forget because I have a built-in forgetter. And I could say, why am I doing this? I forget the pain and the hell I went through. So thank you all for reminding me of that. And I don't eat no matter what. Have a great night, everyone.